having video is great, but you need more video. And the biggest thing that I can say when you're creating more video, if you're in a video shoot where you're on set, like this set we're on right now, we've got professional lighting, microphones, cameras, everything set up. If you already have it set up and ready to go, just film more. Okay, this is episode 1 of The Creative Room. Thank you guys for tuning in here. Just to give you a quick rundown before we get into the episode, we're not going to do this for every episode, but what this podcast is just a weekly platform that we can come on here. We can talk about some projects we've been working on. We can share value. We can educate you guys on things in the video industry and just provide as much value as humanly possible. So, of course, these are going to be video podcasts, so you can get them on any of your podcast platforms. But if you are a visual learner and you'd prefer to watch them on YouTube, they'll be on YouTube as well. So, wanted to get that disclaimer out there. Today's topic, what we're going to be talking about is why brands need to create more than just one video. So, a lot of businesses that we see creating video, they just create video because they've seen somebody else create video or they know they need to create video, but they go into it with no real video strategy. And that's what we're going to try to solve today and rewire how you think about these things. So, to give you a little bit of background, I'm Easton with Creative Treatment. We are a video production company. We've helped hundreds of companies across the Midwest with their video strategy and with their video marketing tactics. So that is how we hopefully have some expertise in the industry here. So by the end of this video, you should be rethinking video strategy entirely for your company or the company that you work for. We want to, again, rewire your brain to think about or how you think about video strategy. And we're going to go over a couple points there. So the plan for this video, here's what we're going to cover. The first thing, the biggest mistake that business owners make when creating video. Number 2, why business owners or marketing managers, whoever might be in charge of video, unknowingly make this mistake. Number 3, why consistency with video is important. And number 4, how you should think about creating content moving forward. So that's what we're going to cover in this episode. By the end of the video, you should know everything involved in that list. So let's start with number 1 here, the biggest mistake that most business owners or marketing managers make. And that mistake is that they create one video instead of having a brand strategy. Now, let's break that down a little bit. I want to put a disclaimer out there again that if you are creating one video and you already have a video strategy and you say, hey, we need this one video for this specific thing, I'm not talking about you. The people that I'm talking about for this first point here is the people that have never invested in video in their business before, or they don't do a ton of video, and they think that creating one video, whether it be a 30-second ad, a brand story, a testimonial, they think that one video is going to be the holy grail, the end-all be-all of their marketing efforts. They're going to create this video. It's going to be fantastic. It's going to make them so much money. It's going to get so many eyeballs on this video, when in reality, most times that is not the case. So don't fall into that trap of just doing it because other people do it. And that's another topic we're going to talk about next. But that's the difference between one video and a strategy. So a strategy, when we talk about a video strategy, we look at it as a whole. Where does video fall in every single point of your business? And that starts from the top of the funnel with people that don't know you, the middle of funnel where people know you, but they haven't maybe bought yet, and then the bottom of funnel where some of your customers are, or the people that really want to buy. That also transitions into your current customers. So what does your onboarding process look like? What does your internal hiring process look like? All of those things can be improved through video. And that is what encapsulates a video strategy. So, of course, you can have video along the way for all of those, and we're going to talk about how you should think about video moving forward at the very end, so stay tuned for that. But those are the 2 different sides that you need to think about this. How does this one video, if you are creating a video, fall into my brand strategy, my video brand strategy? And if you don't have one of those, then start thinking about how you can put together one of those before you just say, okay, I need this 30-second ad, and it's going to fix all of my problems. Because most of the times that is not the case. So that's the difference. One video versus brand strategy. Hopefully you know the difference a little bit there. Moving on here, I want to talk about why most people make this mistake. And we've seen a ton of business owners make it or marketing managers make it. And it's no fault to you because you can get caught in this trap. But the reason a lot of people, I like to go back to the music video industry. I've had a lot of people reach out and say, hey, I want a music video, up and coming artists. And they think that having a music video with their song is going to make them blow up. Well, in reality, having more music or having good music or getting more eyeballs on your music is what's going to make you blow up, not this one music video. So putting all of your efforts and resources towards this one single video, it's gambling. It's hopefully this hits, hopefully it goes viral. In reality, it's really, really hard to make a viral video. So going back here, another reason that people do this and they say, hey, I need this video is sometimes they see someone else doing a video or they see someone else creating videos. So maybe this is one of your competitors, or maybe you were around someone that said, hey, you need to invest in video. You need to be doing video. So you're taking outside influence and you don't want to miss the ball, right? You don't want to be behind the 8 ball and you see everybody else creating this content and you need video, but you don't really know where to start. So you just throw a dart and hopefully you hit and say, okay, well, we're doing video. We're doing this 30-second ad. So that's what you want to avoid. And again, totally normal. It happens to a lot of people where they don't want to get left behind. So they think, well, let's just get into the video world, even if we just start. And we've got some tactics coming down after this that can help you avoid that a little bit and redirect your efforts. One of the biggest things pivoting into when you are looking at creating video content, if you are that person that says, hey, I don't want to get left behind. I want to make sure that I can capitalize on this video efforts in the marketing and everyone's doing all of this video, is consistency. As a video production owner, it is hard to tell people that sometimes consistency trumps quality. Again, having quality video is fantastic. That's what we pride ourselves on, is creating quality video. But a lot of times, if you're more consistent with lower quality video, it might have the same effect as quality video or even more. Consistency it's so important in the video world because you need to be showing up for your audience every single day in, day out, whether that's top of funnel content, middle of funnel, bottom of funnel. And we're going to do an episode on that in the future about what those look like. But just showing up matters so much. One note I have here is think about the last 30-second commercial you saw, right? It's really hard to, unless you're watching TV or whatever that might be, it's hard to put a finger on the last thing that you saw, right? But you think about the brands that are showing up all the time, right? You saw a photo from this brand, you saw a video from this brand, they had a news article come out about this brand, they have a sponsorship on another thing about this brand, an ad read or whatever it might be. So consistency, the more you see a brand, the more you're going to remember that brand and engage with that brand. And at the end of the day, that's going to get you whatever your goal is, whether that's engagement or whether that's more sales. So consistency, it's really, really one of the most important things that you can be doing. You don't always see the videos either because of the platforms. So a lot of times when we're creating one video, you might say, okay, I need this 30-second video and we're going to put it on TV. We got a 30-second ad for TV. Well, maybe people aren't watching TV or they don't have cable, so they're not going to see this. So you need to make sure that when you are going about your brand strategy, you have different formats, different avenues that people can consume this. You want to make the content as easy to consume as possible by the person that you're trying to sell your services to or products to. An example for this would be, one of the things that people always say is that older people are on Facebook. So if you're looking to get people on Facebook, then you need to format it for Facebook's platform. And right now, all the videos on Facebook are now Reels. So maybe it's a good idea to look at having some vertical video on there. If you're also trying to target the younger demographic, well, maybe they're more on TikTok and that's strictly vertical video, right? You want to format it for the platform. If it's more people that are wanting to, or older people that do watch TV, then 30-second ads might be awesome. But if you're trying to target someone that is more interested and willing to be online and they watch YouTube, well, maybe a 3 to 4 minute YouTube video is fantastic, right? And that might hit even harder. So, or you can take that 3 to 4 minute video, cut it into a 30 second. So then you have both. So that's what the brand strategy outlook is always about, right? You need to look at all the platforms. How can we hit all of the people that we're trying to sell our products or services to? Having different formats, formatting them to the different platforms is exponentially going to make your content better and your video content strategy better. The last thing I want to touch on consistency here is there's in the video world this thought that you need to post at least 100 videos before you're going to see any sort of results or any sort of feedback or even start getting good at video. Now, of course, this can be expedited when you work with a professional video company or a creator that knows what they're doing. But if you're starting from scratch and you're creating media internally and you've never shot video before, well, you're going to have to go through those punches and you're going to have to learn along the way. One example I like to use of this is Mr. Beast. If you guys don't know who Mr. Beast is, he's one of the, if not the biggest YouTuber on the entire platform. Millions and millions and millions and billions of views. So again, he's figured out the model for these videos, and he posted hundreds, if not thousands of videos before he ever gained traction on YouTube. Long time ago, he was making videos that were very low quality. They weren't that great at all. And now look at him. He's the biggest YouTuber in the space. So that all comes from consistency. And now he has a litany of videos in his portfolio that he can look back on and say, hey, here's my proof. Here's all of the content we've been putting out. Now, if Mr. Beast tried to just put out one video, hopefully it went viral. That's a lot harder to do. But when you put out consistent effort over years and years of time and constant videos, your stuff's only going to get better, and your audience is going to see that more. The more times you can get in front of their eyeballs again. All right, got a little bit rambly in that section. I want to wrap this up with some things to think about when moving forward. So having video is great, and we touched on this a little bit. Having video is great, but you need more video. And the biggest thing that I can say when you're creating more video, if you're in a video shoot where you're on set, like this set we're on right now, we've got professional lighting, microphones, cameras, everything set up. If you already have it set up and ready to go, just film more. Just get more stuff, even if you don't need it, then you have it down the road. One of the biggest things we like to do for this is if we are with a client and we're doing some interviews, we like to ask a bunch of extra questions. It might not pertain to this exact video that we're putting together, but if we can ask extra questions and we can get stories out of some of the people we're interviewing, or we can have little tidbits of information or educational pieces or value pieces. If we can get that, it might not make the 3 to 4 minute video that we're cutting together, but they can be their own standalone 30-second clip, or it can be a 60-second story about something completely different. And we have that as extra content. So if you have, everything set up and ready to go, see how you can maximize your shoot days, because again, it is tough and it does take some time to set up all of this stuff and put together high quality video. So the more that you can maximize that, the better. And then, post-production is a lot easier than actual setting up the production side of things. So that's the first tip I have, is that yes, you do have an objective with what you're creating, but see if you can get more out of that and just pull as much as you can out of that. The other thing that I want to cover here, and I know we touched on it earlier, is all of the different types of content you can be creating. So think about it as high level as you can, that having long form video, short form video, written, audio, visual, everyone consumes content and everyone consumes information a different way. So the more places you can be, the more formats you can be in, the easier it is for that customer to buy whatever you are selling or providing. If someone doesn't really like watching videos, but they love reading, well, there's a ton of tools out there where you can take your video transcript and turn it into an article. And just like that, you have some written video. So long form video, short form video, we talked about that a little bit. Photos, audio, an audio example here would be podcast. We're putting this video out on YouTube and there will be the video version. But for the people that don't want to watch a video, or they don't have time and they want to listen to this in the car, well, they can throw it on a podcast. So whatever you can do to get your content and your information on all of the different mediums and all of the different platforms will benefit you in the long run. And then again, want to hit this point one more time, stay consistent. It's more important than putting all of your eggs in one basket. Even if you have a solid plan, that is one of the most important things, is to stay consistent. So I'm going to do a more in-depth video on how you should look at creating a brand strategy, and a whole entire video. That'll be its own podcast on its own, because there's a lot of intricacies on putting together your whole strategy. But if you think about it like pillar content, it's one of my favorite things. What is something that you can reproduce frequently and then siphon from that for extra content? And a big thing I'm sure you're seeing online is podcasts. You put together a 30, 40-minute podcast episode, and you can pull that into all sorts of other content, into clips. You can pull photos from it and put quotes on screen for visual. You can change that into written content, audio content, whatever you can do with podcasts. That's one of the big pillar things that we preach to a lot of our clients that are looking for pillar content. So those are the episode points I wanted to touch on. Hopefully that wasn't too rambly. It's been a while since I've actually been in front of the camera and not behind the camera. So hopefully you guys got a little bit out of this. Just as an overview, make sure you know the difference between one video and a video strategy. If you have a video strategy and you know that, hey, we need this one video to plug into our strategy, like a 30-second ad to push people to a landing page, awesome. By all means, go ahead, create that one video. Make sure it accomplishes the goal that you're looking for. But if you're just creating one video because you think you need it or you're not really sure what to do with it, well, how about you think about a whole brand strategy rather than just one video? Don't make video because some people are saying to do it or you've seen other people do it. One thing that I should mention, it's almost better to not have video than to go about it the wrong way. You want to go about it the right way. Make sure you're not putting together a lot of junk, and then it gives your audience a bad first impression. If you're a really high quality establishment and you have this reputation out in the world that is what you are, then putting out a crappy video or a bad brand strategy is just going to make people that haven't seen your brand before really have a bad taste in their mouth. It's a bad first impression. Again, be consistent. We touched on that. And then create more when you have your video shoots. So hopefully we covered what we needed to here today. Really appreciate you guys watching. And again, this podcast is probably going to be bi-weekly, so every other week. So tune in for those. If there's anything that you guys want to know, any advice or experience that I may have that you're curious about, or whatever we can help you with, feel free to let us know and we'll create an episode on that. So again, appreciate you guys watching, and we'll see you in a couple weeks.